spiritual gifts. Okay? This is, let me read that again. This is Romans 11:7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Alright, so the rest were blinded, man. Who blinded them, man? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai blinded them. The Heavenly Father blinded them, man. Because he didn't want them to, he didn't deem them worthy to get this truth, man. Okay? And you should be honored to even have this knowledge, man. You should thank Yahweh Hashem Yahushai for giving you this knowledge. Because you have 2/3 of our people who will never get this knowledge, man. Alright? Who will never understand this truth, man. Who will always be in darkness, man. Alright? They're always gonna be in darkness. Why? Because they weren't given that gift, man. That gift was only given to certain people, man. It wasn't given to all of Israel. Alright? It was given to a certain people, man. Alright? But you know when Israel's gonna wanna adhere to this? When the Most High brings that destruction, that's when they're gonna want to get with it. When the Most High starts to show a lot of death on these streets, man. Alright? When these concentration camps are out here. Alright? That's when Israel's gonna want to understand, oh, what were you saying about Revelations 12:12? You know? What were you saying about preaching the word? At that point it's gonna be too late, man. The Most High is calling out to our people now, man. Alright? He's calling out to our people right now, man. But they didn't want to adhere to that. Okay? So what do they think is going to happen when all hell breaks loose, man? When they're caught out there, they're going to try and pray, oh God, help me. But when it was time to do the work of the Heavenly Father, you weren't out there, man. Where were you, man? Alright? Where were you? Let me get Proverbs 1, man. Let me get Proverbs 1. This is Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction, man. Alright? So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, man. Okay? But most of our people don't have that fear of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay? That's why they can't get this. That's why they're not going to come out and push His word out. Because they don't have that fear. But when the Most High brings that fear upon you, alright? When death is at the door, that's when people want to cry to the Heavenly Father, man. They want to cry to God. Alright? But when it was time to do the work, they didn't want to hear that, man. When brothers were out here beckoning to you, showing you what's going on, alright? Showing you that you're an Israelite, showing you that this is what you're supposed to be doing according to the scriptures, that our enemies are going to be brought down, alright? You know, you found your hand, you did what you wanted to do, alright? So when the time comes for destruction, when the Heavenly Father brings this destruction upon this place, you're going to be caught out there as right along with the heathen. Right along with the Edomites, right side by side with a pedophile, side by side with a murderer. Okay? Why? Because you didn't adhere to the knowledge that was given to you, man. You didn't adhere to that. You didn't take hold of that, man. And we're out here giving this knowledge out for free, man. We're not charging anyone for this. We don't have commercials on our videos, man. All right, we're giving it to you straight raw, man. The facts. All right, breaking down any question that anyone ever came with, man. Why? Because the Spirit is on us, man. Alright? Let me jump to verse 20. Jump to verse 20 real quick. This is Proverbs 1:20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. Alright? Are we not in the streets? Are we not crying without in the streets? Alright? She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates in the city. She uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge, man. Alright? Because, listen, man, the majority of these people, man, they're fools. Alright? We're speaking about the Israelites, man. Forget about the heathen. We're talking about the Israelites. Alright? They hate knowledge, man. That's why it says what? If you want to hide something from a so-called black man, put it in a book. Because they hate the knowledge, man. Okay? We're out here giving you the knowledge freely, all right? But you think there's something else more important than understanding why you're in the condition that you're in, what the future is going to be for your enemies, what's the future going to be for you and your nation. How can you deliver your family? How can you deliver yourself? All right? Instead of getting that, you rather go to the club, man. You rather smoke weed. You rather do whatever you want to do, man. Instead of adhering to what the brothers out here showing you through the Spirit of the Heavenly Father, man. All right? Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my Spirit unto you. I will make my words known unto you. And how is he making his words known unto you? He's making his words known unto you through us, man, through men. All right? He always sent prophets out, man. He always sent men to deliver his message. Okay? The only person he talked to face like that, or like mouth to mouth, I should say, not face to face, but mouth to mouth, was Moses. And you're not Moses, man. With King David was a man after the Heavenly Father's own heart, but he had to talk to Nathan, the prophet. Okay? Because the Most High wasn't going to come to him directly in a cloud and speak to him. They have unrealistic expectations, man. The Most High is speaking to you right now through us, man. All right? I'm out here speaking through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. Okay? The words that I'm coming up with is not my own words. It's coming off the top of the head because it's given to me by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I'm able to go through these precepts and jump from this part of the Bible and break down this part through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, through the Spirit of the Lord. All right? The same Spirit that was on Peter, the same Spirit that was on Paul. All right? That's the Spirit that he's given to his men. All right? Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. All right? And that's the majority of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right? They're not adhering to a lot of them. I'll say a lot because we have a lot of brothers who are obviously coming into this truth and waking up every day, right? But the majority are not adhering to this truth, okay? I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So that's the Heavenly Father saying that he's going to laugh when your fear cometh, man. All right? So don't bother when you're in a detrimental situation. Don't bother calling on the Most High, because the Most High is going to laugh at your calamity, man. All right? When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me. Because that's when they're going to call, like I said before. They're going to call on the Heavenly Father when destruction is at the door, when death is at the door. Okay, when they're starving to death. That's when they're going to call to the Heavenly Father. That time is coming, man. All right? The time of starvation, famine, that's coming right now to this part of the earth. Right? All these so-called first world countries, they're all going to get it, man. All right? With this coming World War III. Because we've been talking about this for decades, man. Not years, decades we've been talking about World War III is going to happen no matter what. And we see it right now. We see it brewing up. We see it happening. We see Russia, the tension between Russia and America is becoming more strong between these eastern countries and America. All right? So that's going to lead to what? A world war. And when it comes to world war, a lot of that money that you're putting into this agriculture is going to disappear all into the food and all that. That's going to disappear, man. You're going to have a lot of people that, what do? They destroy merchant ships that come with the foods and the goods in world wars, man. So that they can starve out the people. So there's going to be a lot less food out here, man. It's going to be harder to get food. You're not going to be able to go to the corner store and buy water. Or let me buy a bag of chips. That's not going to happen. All right? And a lot of you people, with your smug looks, man, you're going to get destroyed, man. All right? And we're going to be happy because the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, is going to protect his elect. Protect the men who are out here pushing this word out, man. Who are out here doing his will. Okay? And we see the power of the Heavenly Father. We see his power working, man. Okay? So when that happens, when all that destruction happens that I'm speaking about, you're going to be caught out there. Because why? You're not adhering to the words of the Heavenly Father. Okay? They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, they would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. All right? So that's why you're not going to be able to find the Heavenly Father in that time. Okay? A lot of these people, they talk, oh, how can God let this happen? Right? But what have you done for the Most High? You know? They never adhere to what the Most High wants them to do, man. They ain't doing nothing that's written in the scriptures. But they believe the Most High has to cater to them when they're not doing what He told them to do. All right? You gotta do for the Heavenly Father, man. You gotta prove to the Heavenly Father that first and foremost that you're worthy to receive salvation, that you're worthy to be delivered, man. Why would He listen to you, man? Okay? People don't do nothing. They're wicked their whole life, but they expect the Heavenly Father to deliver them in time of trouble. How can you let my mother die of cancer? How can you let me get cancer or whatever? Okay? But guess what? What were you doing, man? You were being a deep, committing adultery, all right? Smoking weed, all right? You know? You were worshiping other gods, okay? Because if you're worshiping so-called Jesus Christ, the image of a so-called white man, that's another god, man. That's not how the Lord looked, according to the Bible. The Lord was a so-called black man, all right? It describes Him clearly. It describes His skin color. It describes His hair texture, all right? It describes His arm color too, the color of His arms, all right? So if you're not worshiping that image, or if you're worshiping this image, I should say, then you're worshiping a false god. You're worshiping. This is really Cesare Borgia, all right? A man that lived, and he was a murderer. He murdered his brother, all right, in order to gain power. He had slept with his own